inside corner to inside corner measurement would be to take 2 push measurements. If I push from this edge over, I can find a number that I can remember. That would be, I like 10s, so I would choose 40 inches here. I'll make a mark at 40 inches. And then I can use another push measurement from the other corner into that mark. So whatever that measurement is, and I've got 3 3/8. So I'll take the first measurement of 40 inches and add that 3 3/8 to it for a total of 43 3/8 inches. This is as accurate as it gets when we're talking about those inside corner to inside corner measurements. We can use this push and bend method on a lot of our vertical measurements without even using a ladder. So if we take our tape and we extend out extra, we can push it into the floor and we can move that tape using the standout up and down. And I can extend this tape all the way up to the ceiling if I want to for this floor to ceiling measurement, which is basically 2 inside corners. You can also measure with a tape measure and not use the hook. It's called burning an inch. That's shifting the tape measure over 1 inch and using the 1 inch line as your start point for your measurement. I'll measure from this edge here over to this line here. I'll shift the tape over to 1 inch and my mark falls on 4 inches. I'll subtract that inch that I've shifted this tape measure over for a total measurement here of 3 inches. You can do this method for a couple of other reasons too. You might not have an edge to hook the tape onto. If I measure from this line over to this line, I can burn that inch as well, shift it over, and then it reads at 8 inches. So when I subtract this inch that I've shifted it, that is a 7-inch measurement from here over to here. You can also use this method to test your tape measure to see how accurate the hook is. So if I pull this measurement with my hook from this edge to this line, it reads 3 inches. If I do my burning an inch and shift it over to 1 inch, it reads 4 inches. What that tells me is that the distance between the inside of this hook and this 3-inch mark is the same exact distance from my 1 inch to my 4-inch mark. That means that the hook is perfectly accurate. This is not just some crazy classroom exercise I'm talking about here. Tape measures wear over time. The hook can shift, it can get bent. I drop my tape measure all the time. The case might not break, but this is a very fragile part of the tape measure. So you should be checking your tape daily to make sure that it's accurate before you start building anything. So proper measurements expect that we're not babysitting the hook. That means I'm not watching or standing here at the hook when I'm using it. What can happen though in that case is when it gets hooked into something, it might get stuck. And a hook trap, or when the hook gets stuck, is a great opportunity to ruin a tape measure. So if you get to a point to where your hook is stuck in a place where you can't get it out, don't pull on the tape, come back to this hook and then remove it so it stays intact. So we call this the blade on the tape measure, and we call it that for a reason. This edge on either side of this tape measure is pretty sharp, and when this tape measure is retracting back into the case, or even if you're pulling it out too fast, if your fingers are in the way, you can really cause a nasty cut. So whenever you're retracting the blade or extending it, make sure that your fingers are not anywhere near the edges of those blades. So we talked about the bending of the blade and that you can bend it to a certain point. If this blade gets too bent,